Imagine a building material created 2,000 years ago, still standing strong, while our modern concrete cracks in just a few decades. No machines, no laboratories, no advanced engineering. And yet, Rome's ancient mixture outperforms the technology of our time. Roman engineering from 2,000 years ago still challenges modern science today. The structures they built, the techniques they mastered, the materials they created, many of them remain mysteries even now. Today, we uncover some of the lost secrets behind that ancient technology, the forgotten science inside Roman concrete, and why the ancient world built what our world can no longer match. If you enjoy exploring history's hidden mysteries, make sure to like the video and subscribe. Your support helps us bring more forgotten stories back to life. Cracks split across modern American highways. Bridges flake and crumble. Concrete pillars sag under their own weight. Yet thousands of miles away, under the Italian sun, the Pantheon stands almost untouched, its massive domes still flawless after nearly 2,000 years. How is that possible? How did a civilization without electricity, without steel reinforcement, without modern chemistry, create structures that outlive ours by centuries? This is the contradiction engineers still struggle to explain. Because the more we compare modern concrete to Roman concrete, the stranger the mystery becomes. Our buildings are designed with advanced formulas, computer models, and standardized mixtures. Theirs were crafted by hand, mixed in wooden tubs, poured by workers who learned through generations of practice. And somehow, the ancient method wins. Why? What ingredient did we forget? What knowledge slipped through history's fingers? What material science did the Romans understand instinctively? Science we are only now beginning to rediscover. For decades, researchers have drilled into ancient walls, sliced apart cores of Roman concrete, and studied its microscopic structure. Yet even with modern tools, the full answer remains hidden. Because Roman engineering wasn't just old, it was unnervingly advanced. And the deeper scientists dig, the clearer one unsettling thought becomes. We may be standing on the ruins of knowledge far older and far wiser than our own. For centuries, the secret of Roman concrete seemed almost supernatural, an alchemy lost to time. But the truth begins with one ingredient the Romans valued above all others: volcanic ash, pozzolana. Mixed with lime mortar, it formed a substance far more complex than it looked. Because when this mixture hardened, it didn't simply dry, it transformed. Roman concrete heals itself. When tiny cracks form, minerals inside the mixture react with water and begin to grow, filling the gaps, sealing the fractures, and making the structure stronger than before. Modern concrete weakens with every crack. Roman concrete evolves. This ancient mixture resists microfractures, withstands pressure, and continues building new crystals long after it sets. It is not a static material, it is a living one, and the proof surrounds us. Look at the aqueducts, massive channels that carried water across mountains and valleys for hundreds of years. Many still stand today untouched, their concrete cores as solid as the day they were poured. Or the seawalls, structures hammered by waves, storms, and salt water for nearly 2,000 years. Modern marine concrete collapses under these conditions. Roman sea walls, they grow stronger. Salt water actually activates more chemical reactions inside the concrete, reinforcing it from within. This is engineering that shouldn't exist in the ancient world. A formula that defies everything we expect from a civilization without machines, without computers, without laboratories. In a world without computers or labs, the Romans created a material modern science still struggles to replicate. Their knowledge wasn't primitive, it was precise, it was intentional, and it left behind a material that continues to embarrass our most advanced technology. The closer we study Roman concrete, the more one unsettling idea emerges. Maybe the ancient world wasn't behind us. Maybe, in some ways, it was ahead. Shift the story to our world. A world that builds faster, higher, and cheaper than any civilization before it. Modern construction depends on Portland cement and steel rebar. Efficient, standardized, perfect for speed, but not for time. Because hidden inside our concrete are weaknesses the Romans never had to worry about. It starts with carbonation, a chemical reaction that eats away at concrete from the inside. Then comes moisture. Once it reaches the steel reinforcement, corrosion begins. Rust expands, the concrete fractures, and failure becomes inevitable. A single weakness becomes a chain reaction. Thermal expansion only accelerates the process. Heat makes concrete swell. Cold makes it shrink. Every season widens the cracks a little more, until the structure can no longer hold itself together. And we see the consequences everywhere. Collapsing bridges in the Midwest, falling chunks of highway overpasses, waterfront piers crumbling along American coastlines. Billions spent every year not to build, but to repair. Why? Because modern construction isn't driven by longevity. It's driven by cost. Our world builds fast. Our world builds cheap. And our world builds with the expectation that repairs will come later. A philosophy the Romans never shared. Their structures were meant to last generations. Ours are often meant to last decades. And in that difference lies the heart of the problem. While we rushed to master efficiency, the Romans quietly mastered durability. Even the strongest concrete faces a silent enemy, an enemy the Romans never confronted at this scale. Our world is harsher, our climate more extreme, and modern concrete is caught in a battle it cannot win. Acid rain eats away at its surface. Freeze-thaw cycles pry open cracks like wedges, expanding them year after year. And rapid climate change pushes our structures past their limits. The Midwest and Northeast know this well. A bridge in Minnesota may face hundreds of freeze-thaw cycles each winter. An environmental punishment ancient Rome never knew. Water seeps in. It freezes. It expands. The concrete fractures. And the damage becomes irreversible. From highways to coastlines, the same story repeats. Our environment is accelerating the decay. Meanwhile, the Romans engineered materials that worked with their surroundings. They understood the chemistry of volcanic ash, the behavior of coastal stone, the properties of lime. They tailored their concrete to their environment, a strategy we rarely match today. As storms grow stronger, temperatures swing faster, and climate pressure intensifies, modern infrastructure ages decades quicker than expected. The result is unavoidable. While the Romans built for the climate they understood, we are building in a climate we are rapidly losing control of. Today, scientists return to the ruins, not to admire them, but to learn from them. Researchers are studying Roman crystals under microscopes, recreating ancient mixtures and designing new forms of self-healing concrete inspired directly by the secrets of antiquity. This isn't curiosity, it's survival. Every failing bridge, every cracked highway, every collapsing pier costs billions and threatens lives. Durability has become an economic necessity and an environmental one. In a world facing rising seas and intensifying storms, our materials must do more than stand still. They must endure. And that's where Rome's legacy resurfaces. Their concrete didn't weaken with time. It partnered with it. Every drop of water, every wave, every year made it stronger. As we confront the challenges of the modern world, one truth becomes impossible to ignore. The future may depend on the knowledge we lost. The answers to our future might not lie in futuristic labs, but in ruins built 2,000 years ago. Can we learn from the past to build a more resilient world? Or are we destined to repeat the same fragile mistakes? Roman engineering was more than architecture. It was a glimpse into a knowledge we still don't fully understand. A knowledge that continues to astonish us, even after centuries have passed. And in the next episode of this series, we will uncover yet another Roman mystery, another hidden chapter of an ancient technology lost to time.